Morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning, and as you know, Thursday is claims day. And they weren't great. They weren't horrendous, but they weren't great. Initial claims, 373,000. That was up 9,000. And that was versus an expectation of only 350. So a little worse than expected, but not overwhelming, as I said. Continuing claims were down a little, 339,000 versus 3,484,000. And I'm going to make this quick because there's so much stuff that I'm just going to give you the outline. The futures have been down since about 2 o'clock this morning. The Dow futures hit a low of down about 520 a little while ago before those claims numbers came out. Right now it's down 473. The NASDAQ is down 200 and the S&P is down 55. I've been warning every single night about the really crappy market internals for about 2 weeks. And, this is what happens. Everybody will look at this market and think it came out of nowhere. It didn't come out of nowhere. It's been there all along. Unfortunately, we have enough people in the market today who have never been in a rising interest rate market, which we haven't had yet, but we will, or a market where there are actually companies as opposed to these meme stocks. You cannot build a company out of just having the ability to raise money because you've jacked the price of their stock up, when the only thing that a company has in its favor is a short position. That is not a viable company. Okay, we also have had a pretty strong pickup in this Delta variant, and Pfizer yesterday came out and said that their testing really didn't show any extreme efficacy like with the original vaccine for the original COVID-19. And it now looks as if the Olympics may take place without anybody there. That's a sad note. The bond and note yields were sharply lower. This is a tail wagging the dog. Bonds are down. Bonds are up, rates are down, but I have a feeling that we're about to reverse that. Google down about $40 on lawsuits that their app store is anti-competitive. WD-40 beat top and bottom line. The stock is 280, up a little over 20 or almost 8%. FCX, Freeport, down about $2 or just under 5% on the decline in copper and a downgrade to underweight. Helen of Troy, which is pretty much an apparel company, I believe they beat on the top line, missed a little on the bottom line. The stock is 228, down 4.25 or just under 2% because they also issued some very weak guidance going forward. Okay, the chart on the screen is the gold, and as you can see, we're back to the higher low, higher high. We closed above yesterday for the first time, above 1,800. I told you that that was what I was looking for confirmation on Dennis's great call down here at the Fibonacci retracement number right here around 1760. We shifted from being long the 169 calls to long the 171 calls. And while the move will be smaller in those 172s, I will remind you that a move to the downside when you're in the money is penny for penny on the downside. On these 171s that we paid 59 cents for, which is where they closed, they'll probably be up 20 cents this morning, and we have a limited risk there. So that's just the way that I trade, and it's sort of on a cash flow basis. But it also takes on a percentage basis a much greater proportional trade. We only had 2 and 1 of the 169s. We have 8 and 4 of the 171s, so we'll see how that works out. Oil was another ugly day. We're down 40 cents, which is not overwhelming, but we did break 71, as you can see. This does set us up in this area of support. The low today was 70.76. There's plenty of support at 70 in this area, 60, let's call it 69 to 70. And this does set us up for the possibility that if we go up on the day, we will have seen a reversal, at least on a short-term basis. And the high here was almost 77. The low here is under 71. 10% move in 2.5 days is pretty extreme, no matter how you look at it. The one that is somewhat concerning to me, though, is the nat gas, although I still think I have a very strong long-term view of it. But it may get a little bit on the quiet side here. As you can see, it too is set up. It didn't make a lower low, so maybe that's a little better. But this area in here, 375, 370, down all the way to 365. This is going to be an area of formidable supply in this market. The cryptos are down, and that's about all I have for this morning. So be careful out there. S&P now down 59. Let's see. Dow is now down 486. NASDAQ is down 205. So we're getting back towards the lows of the day. Be careful out there, everyone. And by the way, Tellurian, TELL, just a shade below $4, down about 20 cents, I think. But they did receive another upgrade and a new price objective of $8. So I may actually buy a little more of that today on the weakness. Have a good day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back tonight.